Hey guys, welcome back to Vintage Vibes. Thanks for coming to my channel. This is the Joann's final haul, part 2 of the 2 videos. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started because I have a lot of paper to show you. So we're just going to jump on in and get it done. But anyway, so I was very grateful for what I was able to get. So I found a few more of these. And this one is the single sheets. We're going to go through those really quick. So this one is called The Lovely One. Okay, and we will go through the single sheets real quick, then we'll do the paper pads. But I was able to pick up 4 more of these. So that's the front. This is the one with all the cut aparts. And then, and then that's the back of it. Okay, so I was able to get 4 of those. Okay, more of those. And then I got this one called Delicate. Okay, and I was able to get 13 sheets of this one. I mean, literally, y'all, 10 cents, okay, 5 cents, whatever they rang up to. Yeah, so, yeah, and I love this one. I fell in love with this one, and I had to go back and get it because I was like, that is so cute. So I ended up getting, like I said, I think 13 of those, okay. Now, the next in line, okay, is, let's see, I'm going to try to do a couple because there's so much. I mean, I wanted to keep them in order. Okay, so the next one is the Be Valiant Poise. That's the pretty one with the swans on it. Oh, they had some more. Look at how cute. I love these. Okay, so these, I ended up getting 19 of these, y'all. This might go in my giveaway, some of these, because I'm going to like do little 6x6 things, like for a little mini album. I thought that would be really pretty. And that's the Poise collection from the Be Valiant sketchbook. And then they just got different names, okay? And then the next set was the Fresh Start, okay? And I ended up getting, hold on, I'm going to shake y'all to pieces. But for the Fresh Start ones, I ended up with, and I wrote all this down because I had to count them, 12 of these. Okay, so, but they're really pretty. I wish I'd have discovered this collections, like, before they ever thought about clothes. Of course, you'd have paid out your boohoo for it, but, but this is really nice. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun making new things, okay? So that's part of it. And then this next part that I got was, I'm trying to separate, but at the same time show because I think that's where I'm at. Okay, so this one's called Joyful. And I ended up getting 18 of these. Look at how stinking cute that is. Okay. And this is the back. Yep. So I ended up getting those. And then the next section was called So Special. And they didn't have but 4 of these left. I just fell in love with those little bows. Just look how cute that is, y'all. And look at the back. It's so precious. Yep, so I've gotten a few more of those. I was able to get 4, so I was happy about that. Got to be grateful for just what you get, And then this next part was really pretty that goes with this collection. And I ended up with 17 of these, and this one's called Delighted, this page. Y'all, why didn't I see this before? And see, now I don't, I've got to go, and I think I got cut aparts and stuff that go with it. But that's the back. That's going to be so pretty and something, okay? But that's sweet. I was able to get those. And then my son found this for me, and I didn't even realize, but this is so cute. Y'all, this is so cute. I got 11 of these. Okay, and this is called Shamil, Reasons to Smile. And I've got the stamp sets that go with this. So I was like so grateful I found some of this. Okay. This is from the Stay Close, and I'm going to use these in some of my paper doll houses. I love this. Look at how precious. Got little books, a little lamp, little plants, the little couches and things, different ones. That is so cute, y'all. And they're double-sided. I just love it. So I was able to snag up 11 of those, which I'm so happy about that. Okay, and then I found some of these, and these are paper. No, this is cardstock. This is paperweight, I think. Yes, this is paperweight. These next two I'm going to show you. But this is the American Crafts, the Color of Memories collection, and one is like a flag one, and I ended up with 8 of these. And then the Stars and Stripes, I ended up with 5 of those because that's all they had left. So they are not double-sided. They're just single-sided paperweight papers on these. Okay. And that's something else. This is something else here. So and some of these were kind of just thrown together. So we just picked up the sack because this one was in there. And that's the only one I saw. And that's the Color of Memories. And there was only one of those. Yeah, so I just grabbed that one. It was just one, but it's paperweight, but it's pretty. I love that. And then I got another Vicki Boutin, the little butterflies. This is called My Favorite Where to Next collection, and it has that pretty blue on the back. And I already hauled a few of these before. All of these were gone, like the rest of them. I don't know where that clearance part went to, but it disappeared, like literally disappeared. Okay, it disappeared on me. Okay, and then following behind these, okay, I'm trying to keep them in some kind of an order. You know, that's kind of impossible, but we're gonna try. We are gonna try. Okay, and then the next one that I got, I'm trying to, there's so many papers, y'all. There's so many. Okay, and I got this Vicki Boutin, that's Where to Next Tropical Garden page. I got one of those. I was able to pick up one. Okay. And then, oh, and there's the back. That green is so pretty. They only had one. And then they had this I discovered. Okay, and this was called Smile Bright from Vicki Boutin, Bold and Bright collection. And this one, I ended up with 4 of these, which I absolutely love the front of this. Look at all the different colors. So pretty. You could fussy cut. You could cut off sections, make pockets. There's so many things, y'all. I mean, look at the back of that. It's so cute. Look how that's different. It's just different. That is so cute. I just can't get over how cute this is. But anyway, I ended up getting 4 of those. Okay. And then the Maggie Holmes, I was able to get this one. And it's called From the Woodland Grove. And I ended up getting 2 of these. I found 2 more. They were gone. They were all gone, that whole stack, literally. I mean, I just love this one too. It's so pretty. Okay. And then I ended up getting the one called Explorer. And I think it is one of those with the different little tickets. I thought that was kind of cool. I hadn't seen this one. This is the first time I had seen this one. I was like, okay, where did you come from? Okay. And then there was one called Wildflower. And I got one of those. I think I have some more of these though. think I have a few more of those. That one's really pretty. That one's pretty. And I got one. And then I got two Bold Beauties. I was able to get a couple of these. And I think y'all see me haul those. And this one is called Gingham Garden Crate Paper, which I wonder if it's part of the Maggie Holmes group or whatever, because it's different, because it says Gingham Garden. So I don't know how all this works, but I ended up getting one of this one's called Garden Wall. I thought that was really pretty. I'm going to use this probably in either my Edith Holden book. I'm thinking about using this piece in that. Okay. All right. And then this one's called Blooms. And this is crepe paper, Gingham Garden. Instead of saying Maggie Holmes again. And this is the Blooms collection. And I ended up getting two of those. It's just really pretty. Okay. And then I've got, this one says a light Gingham Garden crepe paper. And it's got all these different colors of these butterflies on it. I thought that was pretty cool. And then the back is like this. So I got one of these. But I think I have some more, maybe. I think I have more of those. Okay, and then Nostalgia from Crepe Paper, Gingham Garden. And I've got two of those. And that's the back. And then I got the Crepe Paper, Gingham Garden. This one's called Souvenir. I ended up with one more of these because that's all they had left. Okay, that's the back. But of course, I'm going to use the front. And I've seen this one, and I was so happy. This is called Courtship, and this is Bo Bunny Brighton. And I ended up with one of these. I absolutely love this. Love, 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 love. This is one of my dollhouses collection. And then I got this one's called Curtsy, and I ended up with two of these. I absolutely love that, y'all. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you. And then this is from Bo Bunny, the Brighton collection. And this was called Love Match. And I got two of those. And there's the back of that one. Okay. And that's kind of like a fade, kind of like a different color type thing. Okay. And then this one is so pretty. Bo Bunny Brighton Hydrangeas. Is that how you say that? I think, hopefully. It's a mouthful. Let's put it that way. But those are so pretty. I'm laying it up with two of those. But look at the back of that. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Oh my goodness. And this one's called Ballroom. Bo Bunny Brighton, and I ended up with one of those. This was just like in a stack, and I just told my son, I said, let's just get those, because these were 5 cents a piece. 5 cents, y'all. 5 cents. This one is Garden Party, and I ended up with one of these also. The little stripes of the butterflies. You can use that. That is so cute. I love those yellow roses. Yellow roses are my favorite. I just love them. I think they're beautiful. It's called Garden Party. And then this one's called the Gala Collection. And I ended up with 3 of these Bo Bunny Brightons. And there's the back, which is so pretty. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love that one. Okay, and then my next one I'm going to go into is the Jen. I'm going to get it right one day, y'all. Jen Hadfield. Okay. Jen Hadfield collection. And y'all know I love these papers. Y'all know me. If you know me, if you ever see any of my stuff, you know I love these papers. Okay. Now, these are some of my favorites. So let's pull some of these and let's look through these, because these are going to be a lot of fun to do. Okay. Now, let's get these on top of those. All right, so here's our next order. Okay, so this was the Flower Child collection. You know, I have some of this already in my stash. But this one is so cute. I only ended up with one of those because I only had one. But that's okay. That's so pretty. And then they had the Flower Child collection. I have this. Y'all see me haul this one. And this is called Best Buds. Oh, that other one was called Out of Sight. I only scored one of these. It's got this pretty green on the back. I wish I could get more of this. It's so pretty. I love it. That's so pretty. Alright, then it's got the Jen Hadfield collection. It's not the Flower Child, but it was the newest one called Groovy Darling. Okay, now these were the 10-cent ones because these were like the newer ones. So if there were older papers, they were 5 cents, and if they were newer, they were this. So maybe I can go online somewhere, maybe score some things to go with this collection. I don't know. I did end up with a puffy sticker, I think, from it. So, but anyway. Okay, so this is like granny squares. Okay, it looks like a granny square, don't it? So cute. And I ended up with 5 of these. Precious, precious, precious. Cannot make up how precious that is. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Okay, and then I got the roller disco and went back and got some more of those because I just fell in love with them. And I found 5 of those. And that's the back. It's like little stars. So cute. Y'all, it makes me want to go roller skating again, even though I can't do it. It would kill me. I would love to go try to roller skate. This one, only one. I wish I had some more of these. I was so upset when I only found one. I was like, why didn't I get this earlier in life? Why? Okay, Caravan. I only end up with one. The Groovy Darling collection. Look how cute that is. Maybe some of this will end up at Ollie's or something somewhere, y'all. You know how that is when you go somewhere and you see something. You know, I was like, what? Okay, and then this is the Groovy Darling. This one's called Wallpaper. And I got 8 of these. Okay. Ended up scoring 8 of these. They're so cute. I just love this collection. It's so pretty. Okay. And then my favorite, of course, is 12 of these. You know, I had to have this. I had to have this. I mean, if that ain't groovy, well, it ain't groovy, y'all. Oh my gosh. And listen, I was like probably 11, 12, 13 in this era. Okay. And my brothers and sisters and their friends and all them used to have the black lights and the posters and the bean bags, and they'd all be in the room jamming to the Rolling Stones and all those songs. Y'all, when I remember that, and I heard that song, is that Barroom Queen in Memphis, rolling on the cover of the Rolling Stones, some song, I don't know, but I heard that thing a million times. I absolutely love that song. They played that thing over and over. So I remember that as a kid, like a teenager. I was like, oh my goodness. But and this reminds me of when I was in that age. I got an 8-track player, a portable. I don't know if y'all remember those or not. This is telling my age, okay, but I don't care. I don't mind telling y'all my age. But listen, so it's so funny because I had like a James Brown 8-track tape, and it was portable, and we put batteries in that thing, and all the neighborhood teenagers, and we sat on the grass and listened to like those 8 tracks, y'all, and it was like the Eagles and KC and the Sunshine Band. So yeah, we used to do all those skateboarding and tricks, you know, at the skating ring, and then me and my brother would go and do contests, and so we had a good time, speed skating and all that. So doing it backwards, I could do all that, you know. So I thought, oh, if I could do that again, oh, it would be fun. But anyway, that's all of that collection. Now, just going down, and takes me down nostalgic lane, y'all. So much fun. But this is the American Crafts Paige Evans Adventurous Collection, and this was the number 23 pattern. So they numbered these instead of putting names on these. Okay. So this one, and I probably should have picked up more after I'm looking at it now, because I fell in love with it when I got home with it. That's what I do. Y'all know me. But I only ended up bringing 4 of these. So I figured I could probably cut it and just use, you know, and make it like into 8 pieces instead of 12. So this might be the front cover too. That would make a pretty front covers too. So not all is lost, not all is lost. Okay. So we can make that work out. So yeah, but that's really pretty. I love this one. So ended up with that one. And then I got another one of that collection, Adventurous Paige Evans, the number 10. And this one is 10 of these. So I ended up getting 10 of these. I absolutely love that. That's the prettiest piece of paper, y'all. Look how pretty that is. I can't even make that up. That's so pretty. Look how pretty. Okay. And then I got another one, Paige Evans Adventurous, number 12. And y'all gonna die when I tell you how many of these I got. This is the number 12, and I got 17. Yes, I literally counted them because I didn't get my receipt, so I had to account for things, you know. So I wanted to make sure that I had all my ducks in a row, you know, from Sam, because I don't want to get in no trouble. Don't want to get in no trouble. No. So anyway. Okay, so that is that stack. So let's switch it around. I'm literally like got tons of this paper, so I'm trying my best to keep myself going here. Okay, so here's some more of that collection. Okay, so this one was the Paige Evans Adventurous number 9, and I got 7 of these, which they were so pretty. So pretty. It's called Little Flowers is what I call it. And then there's a pretty orange on the back. Look how pretty, y'all. So cute. Okay. All right, and then I picked up a few sheets of these. I don't really use this paper a lot. I haven't really used it at all, to be honest with you. I have hauled some of this a little bit here and there. But it's that Bazille. A lot of people buy this. And I picked up a pink icing one. They were 10 cents, okay? And this one, I've got 6 of these. And then I ended up getting 7 of the wisteria color, okay? So it's a cardstock, so it's really pretty. So I got the pink, and then I got this like lavender purple color. So yeah, that probably does it a little more justice with that sitting on it. Yeah, so those were really nice, and they got that texture. Well, one does. I don't think, does this one have texture? I don't think the pink icing has the texture. It's got a feel to it, but it don't have like that textured look. Oh, okay. I don't know if y'all can come and see that up close. But anyway, so that's what those were about. Okay, and then I got, okay, so I went back, y'all, because I realized I did not have the cut apart pages. And I was praying that they were there because I needed some cut apart pages to go with all this paper, okay? So I went back and found some, okay? So this was the Be Valiant sketchbook, the story. And this goes with all those other papers that, if you can tell, that I kind of haul too. So, you know, they're real pretty. But I ended up getting 11 of these cut apart pages because we all use a ton of cut aparts in our things. And I like to use a whole entire sheet or something because I think it's a good thing to do. And plus, if you wanted to use this pretty back, you could, because the back's pretty too. And I don't know why these paper companies do that to us too. I like double-sided paper sometimes, but not with this. You know, but I ended up finding those, which I was so happy they had some left. Okay. And then they had the one that's called Plant Seeds. I only had 2 of those, and I went back and got me some more, because this goes with those little butterfly sheets. Oh my God, that's so pretty. So I ended up getting 8 of these. Okay. So, and I thought that was so pretty. These are really cute. You can use this on a multitude of things, y'all. And that little back right there, y'all, that is so cute. I can't tell you how cute that is. Okay. And then I got the Great Day tags. Now, I've got some of these already, but I had to get me some more. Okay, and yeah. So I really wanted a bunch of these, because for different themes and different papers and different like journals and things I'm going to use. And there's literally, you can see all the paper, you know, that it matches and everything. And then some different pads or whatever, you know. So these are really pretty. Okay. And there's the back. And I got 27 of these. 27. Okay. That is what, $2.70 or 10 cents a piece, I think. Is that, if I'm correct, if my math is correct. Yeah. $2.70 for 27 cents of sheets of paper. I feel very blessed because I was able to get that. Okay. Now, let's talk about this really quick. So I'm going to go back and show you the 12 by 12s that I picked up. Okay. And 2 other things I found. So I was able to get 2 acetate sheets. It's the vellum 8.5 by 11, and it's like the roses are in there. So I think there's just 1 sheet in there, and they were like 10 cents. So there were only 2 of those left, so I went ahead and got those, because you can cut these up and put them in journals and different things. So I thought those were really pretty. Okay, and I ended up scoring this magazine, and I don't normally buy magazines like this, and it was sitting up there on the thing, and it would not ring up for them, so they literally just put it in my stack, y'all. Okay. You know, she never could get the price, like she never could get it to do, but you know. But anyway, this is the magazine, and it's really pretty, and it's called Creative Stamping, and I feel really blessed, you know. And so but it had this in it, inside of it, as a bonus thing, and it has got all these beautiful clear stamps in this, y'all. So I don't know, but they can, you know, it just has a lot of clear stamps in it. And it also has 6 paper downloads, which is going to be fun working with this. Look at that turtle. I love turtles. I love them. I love the dolphins. I love turtles. I love all things beachy. Yeah. So it's really pretty. That was a very nice thing that I got to get. Okay. I felt very blessed because I got that. And so I'm going to be able to make some things with that. Alright, now the paper pads. Let's talk about those. Alright, so like I said, they were up there at the magazine rack. You know, in my last video I talked about like where they were. Okay, I didn't see them anywhere, and I was panicking. I was like, where are the paper pads? Well, they were, I paid $6 a piece for those, because they were 80% off of 20, so it was $14 off. So $6 was not bad. And I was like, well, if I wait another day or 2, they're not going to be here, because somebody going to come in and buy this whole lot of these up. But anyway, I'm gonna show you what I got, but I gotta get over here and pick them up off the thing. Because they're heavy. So okay, so the first one that I got was the Park Lane Country 12 by 12 paper pad. I do not have this one in my stash at all. Okay. I wanted it really bad, but I didn't want to pay $15 for it. One time when I went over there a couple weeks ago, and then when I went back on Thursday, it was still like Wednesday. I don't know why I keep saying Thursday. Wednesday, they had one left when I went Friday, and it was down to $6, and I was like, I'll take it then, and I was like, but it is so pretty, y'all. I mean, it is really pretty. I mean, this is a beautiful paper pad, y'all. When you get 2 sheets each, and there's 48 sheets. Now that bird, I can't. That is so pretty. I can't even deal with it. Yeah, I'll probably sit on this one for a while and figure out what I want to do with it. But I think it's absolutely stunning. And it's single-sided. It's beautiful. I wish I'd have got more, but they only had one. And I couldn't afford to pay $15 for one paper pad, not when I'm buying all this other stuff. That is so pretty. This is a gold foiling sheet. And then there's a pretty green with some little bees and flowers on it. And then this one has little words. Grateful, home sweet home, grow happiness, farm fresh. All kinds of sweet words. Look at how pretty. Y'all, this paper is beautiful. There's some talented people in the world that can come up with all these little designs and things. I'm so glad that I got into paper crafting and found this journey and get to be on this journey with everybody, because I just fell in love with it. Just love to think about things and design things and be creative and just really come up with things to make. Look at how pretty that is. That orange, and it has that gold foiling dots on it. And then this is some pretty like poppies. I guess those are poppies with little bees. And then there's a page. And then there's another little designed background page. And look at that, y'all. Those little daisies and those bees are so cute. And then there's that pretty green. Then here's like a blue, I want to say maybe checkered pattern, or if you call it plaid or whatever, it's nice. Then that's really pretty. It looks like those little, sort of reminds me of the little things you blow on, but they're not really those, but it just kind of reminds me of that. I don't know why. Then this is a pretty page with some tiny, 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 tiny flowers, like tiny, tiny flowers. And look at that. That's so pretty, y'all. This paper is really pretty. I wish I could have found 2 of these. But we're going to cherish this one. That is absolutely beautiful. Look at that thing, y'all. Uh-oh, this one is stuck. We don't want to rip it. Oh, it's got that. Oh, we don't want to rip that. Got to take care of this paper pad. And look at that one. Oh my gosh. The last 2 sheets got that pretty gold pink and gold foiling. Oh, that one's so pretty. I can't even handle it. Okay, that one's really pretty. Okay, next one I got was, I only got one of those. And then the next one I picked up was the one called Fresh Air. Okay, I was able to get 2 of these. Okay. They had more, but I only got 2 because, I was wanting to get some other ones. This one's really pretty. 48 sheets. I'm sure there's got 2 each. Ooh, look at how pretty. Now, there's a lot of things I can make with this. I absolutely love this. I love it, love it, love it. I will probably make some shopping list holders with some of this. Maybe some cards, things. That's gold foiling. It's kind of like a yellow color. So pretty. Then you got this page. And this pretty page. I don't have this in my stash whatsoever. I didn't want to pay the money when it was $15. So that one's pretty, pretty, pretty. Sunflowers, but they're white with their yellow background. Excuse me. Then we got some lemons. And some little flowers. Oh my God. Look at how pretty. Look, it's got gold foiling on the little flower center. It's so cute. And there's some lemons. That's pretty. And then here's some, like, I guess those would be called marigolds flowers. And then there's a yellow stripe and white, yellow and white stripe. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see this next page. It's beautiful. Gold foiling. But look at the colors of that. So pretty. And then I got this yellow page. I need to like tighten up because my video is getting long on this second part. And then this is pretty with gold foiling. Look at how pretty that is. That's absolutely beautiful. And then you have this page with the yellow. And this one's got some gold foiling tips, like little dots on the flowers. And then there's like a little green page. That one's really pretty. Lots of lemons and green. This is like a fresh, that's why they call it fresh start. Looks bright and sunny, don't it? It's real pretty. Just a refreshing type of page. This one's really pretty. Let me see if y'all can see that stripe on that one. And then it's got this little band. It's cute. And then it has this green page. Look. Oh my God, that's so pretty. I love it. And then you got this green, and that's the 3 of these. Okay, y'all, that's weird. I better have 2 of those. Do I have 2 of those? I hope I got 2 of those. Okay, there's 2 of those. And there's 3 of those. Okay, got a bonus sheet. Got a bonus sheet. Okay. So I got 2 of those. All right, I got a bonus sheet. All right, and then I got 2 of the Floor Wonders. Okay, so let's look at that one really fast. We're going to be wrapping it up because I've got one more to show you after this one. I'm trying to grab them because they're over there on the thing. Okay, so this one's called Floor Wonders. And I got this one specifically for my Edith Holden journals. I got 2 of these. Okay. And so let's dive in. This one is 48 sheets. I'm sure it's 2 of each, but look how pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. There's the little cut aparts at the bottom. Okay. And this looks like they put coffee stained on the sheets. Okay. All right, now that's weird. Okay, so there's 2 there. And there's 1 here. So this is missing a sheet. There's 1. So maybe that's where my extra one was in the other paper. It's a totally different paper pad, y'all. So this only has 1 of those. Maybe the other one's somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe somebody tore it out. I don't know. And there's that one. That was weird. And there's that green stripe. Look at how pretty. This almost looks vellum-y. I mean, it literally almost looks vellum-y. That is so cool how they did that. Oh my goodness, I love that. Then that's a pretty page. And then look at this one with the little bows, little gold forward bows. Oh, and there's a pretty green. And look at the bees, and they got gold foiling on those. Look how cute. Okay, and then this is kind of a dark, almost like a greenish black color. And then there's a page, a background page. Now there are two of those. I don't know if that was a mishap or what in that other one. I'd have to go check that other paper pad that I got to go with this one. Okay, and then there's some butterflies. And there's another pretty peachy pink color background page. And then there's a green one. This is really nice because you can actually, I can take that little script stamp too and put that on there. Kind of dress it up a little bit. That would be fun. And then there's that one. And a pink stripe. And a gold one with some squiggly lines. And that one's kind of a little different for this paper pad. And then there's those lines. This is really pretty. I love this page. Got some gold for it. It almost feels vellum-y. That's pretty. That don't really look like it belongs either, but that's okay. We'll do something with it. Then this has got some script writing in white on it. Start at the beginning. You can do it if you believe. Just be yourself. It's pretty. And this looks like a maze. It amazes me why they put this in this paper pad. Hey, y'all. Okay. Well, anyway, that's that one. So I got two of those. Okay. And then the next one that I got is I got 4 of these. And this is the last but not least. This is my last, but I ended up with 4 of these because I absolutely fell in love with it when I started opening it and looking in it. Okay, so let's jump in and look at this one so we can get through this. Okay, so this one is very pretty. This is the little cut apart page. Okay, now that's weird. Okay, now look, this only has one. This has one. This has one. Okay, people. Why, people? Why? That absolutely makes no sense to me why there's one. There should be 2 of those. That's a blue, like a blue page. Don't ask me why. There's a green. Look at those cute little birds. Those are so sweet. This is pretty blue with some gold on it. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around why there's only one of those pretty cut apart pages. Look at these birds. They look like they're on the light line. The power lines. Oh my goodness. There's a music sheet. There's some pretty flowers. This almost looks distressed. There's some green. That one's really pretty. There's some different colors. That one's really pretty. Yep, I have plans for this one too. Something I got in mind. Now look, this is why I loved it right here. It's so pretty. Look at that gold falling on them pretty butterflies. Can't make it up, people. And look at those birds. They are so cute. And this part got little gold falling in it. And the last of this paper pad is really pretty. Like, it's probably my favorite. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. They got those little bluebirds on there. Okay. And Then you got this pretty pink and gold foiling page. And one more page. And no cut apart sheet. I don't know why that one has one. I might have to go check my other ones and see if those have one. I hope they got more than one. But anyway, that's it, y'all. Last of the Joanns haul. But anyway, it's very bittersweet. But however, it's been a good run. We got some nice things from Joanns. I wish the company luck. You know, I know that, you know, we really got a lot of good deals from them. So hopefully we'll get to now see what we all craft from the things that we got from them. So thank you all for coming to my channel. Please like and subscribe. Push the all bell button if you want to see more of my videos. And thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And I pray you have a nice afternoon. And I love you all, but God loves you so much more. Have a good day. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.